John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. And whenever I go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, na 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 na.
Tominator.
Jinkies, fuck! Who the hell are you?
I am one of the Cosmic Council of 88, and I am here because you have been chosen by the cosmos to become the Sword Master.
Eh?
Evil has spread to the very heart of Eldar. The wicked Fire Mage has forged a powerful alliance with Vishuk, the Serpent God. Vishuk has brought with him a ghastly horde of creatures, never before seen in this dimension. Together, they have captured the kingdom. All the forces of good have been vanquished. The mighty castle has been captured, and the noble Princess Arya is locked in its deepest dungeon. Old King Aragon has asked the Cosmic Council of 88 for a savior, which has led me to you. Only you can save Princess Arya and the Kingdom of Eldar. You are the Sword Master. You must not fail.
I have a bit of a tummy ache.
Silence! Sword Masters do not get tummy aches.
They do when they've been to Subway. This helmet smells funny. Swordmaster is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that came out in 1992 for the NES, and as far as I can tell, it was poorly reviewed by critics at the time. Total Nintendo saying, hack away randomly for a while, get bored, remove cart from NES, put cart back in box, bury box at bottom of garden, surround garden with barbed wire fencing and signs saying radioactive piranha fish, move home and go to extensive psychotherapy sessions to try to forget about the whole thing. Okay lads, I'm going in. First off, I've got to say, this intro is metal as fuck.
Okay, who brought the dog?
We got some rocking music, evil wizards, gargoyles, a skeleton army, and a captured princess. So, you press start, get this little cutscene, and you're playing the game. No messing about. And it's the NES, so of course, you start by fucking up some bats. It controls fine. A's jump, B slash, down's crouch, up raises your shield. Pretty standard stuff. It feels, dare I say, a bit like Castlevania. When you reach a mini-boss, the screen will stop scrolling, and you'll have to defeat them to carry on. At first it seems a little tedious, and when I was a kid it took me ages to kill even the simplest of enemies. But coming back to it 27 years later, yes, I've owned this very game that long, I figured out that holding up when you slash your sword does a different attack. An attack that is not stated anywhere in the manual for some wonderful fucking reason, and it pretty much fucks everything up, especially when you're jumping. You move painfully slow when you walk, so get used to jumping the entire game. Now level 2 is where shit gets fun. Firstly, these legless zombies, which look way too gruesome for the NES. So cool. And these flame sperms. I'm not being gross. The manual calls them fire seeds, so it's confirmed. Confirmed sperm. The worst things in the game though are the indestructible evil eyes. Sometimes out of nowhere they'll peace out, but that shit will only happen like once a playthrough. Like here, I know I can't make that jump unless I whack them into this fluky little position, and when I played this game as a kid, my journey would usually end here. The end boss on level 2 drops a magic staff, which gives you the ability to turn into a wizard with a press of the select button. Let's check him out. Cosmic. Level 3 is business as usual. Move right, reach boss, jump back and forth like a madman, slash till they're dead. The game does get tricky and requires you to learn the patterns of the harder enemies, and this is where the game feels the most fun. But level 4 is where the bullshit starts. Oh. For some reason it feels like you can jump through the platforms. What the fuck is this? And this is the jump I could never get past. This was as far as I ever got. But now I'm the Swordmaster. Things will be different. The first eyeball's fine, but the second one doesn't drop low enough for me to jump over. I even resorted to using the shitty wizard. How the fucking hell am I supposed to do that? How was that even possible? My head went straight through him. Whatever. If I take one more step...
It'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Only problem is, the next jump is even harder. So I get as close to the edge as I can and fall. Instinct kicks in and I press A. And it's at that very moment I realise you can jump from nothing. Why the fuck wouldn't the manual clue us in on this essential fucking move? They had space to tell us about every shitty enemy in the game, but couldn't dedicate one line to, oh hey, by the way, you can jump from thin air. There's even a words of wisdom section with 12 tips. Nothing about being able to jump after walking off a ledge. Instead, we get gems like, hit the fire elementals before they hit you. Oh really? Hit the enemy before they hit me? Never would have guessed. And down in the dungeon, time your movements across the spikes. Words of wisdom? More like stating the fucking obvious. But tip number 8 had me scratching my head. In the courtyard, when you reach the 3 eyes, your options are to move under or over them. Now, from what I've experienced, jumping over them would be completely impossible, so I checked the moves list again and I noticed this tiny little line at the bottom of the page that says hitting the jump button consecutively allows you to extend your jumps. Why couldn't this information be in bold with everything else? I tried double jumping on 3 different controllers and they all seem to respond the same. You have to hit A twice, as fast as you can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so fuck it. Once I figured out the jumping, level 4 became a cakewalk, and the jump I struggled with as a kid was as simple as this. Another shitty thing in the game is the experience bar. The player bar is just your life gauge, which you can replenish by killing enemies and picking up these little red jars, which there aren't enough of for my liking. And there are no extra lives. You get 5 continues, no more, no less. But the experience bar is actually your magic meter, which fills up as you kill enemies. What's shitty about it is when you come to a boss, it gets replaced with the enemy health bar, so you can't see how much magic you have left. The dungeons are pretty tedious, but at least you can walk through platforms. I fucking hated this wizard. He's the last main boss before you fight the final 2. He cast this lightning wall spell that I couldn't dodge for the life of me, and the only way I could kill him was to make sure I had enough magic stored and spam my lightning spell. The second to last boss is the Fire Mage, and if you can pull off the double jump often enough and remember to use the overhead slash attack, you can smite him down in mere seconds. I made it. The final boss, Vishuk, the Serpent God. Okay, so at first I was trying to hit his hand, which did nothing. Then I moved to his face, which did nothing. Then I tried hitting his other hand. Again, nothing. Oh, I'm fighting the mirror. So forget the giant cool looking boss and concentrate on the mirror. Vishuk is just there to bombard you with shit and the game kinda becomes a shoot 'em up. Memorise the patterns and attack when you can. My only problem is he casts the same bullshit lightning spell as the other fucking wizard that I can't dodge. I can dodge it sometimes, but not enough for it to be effective. There is just so much shit flying at you that it's impossible to dodge it all. Shit! Fuck! Oh fuck, no! Oh shit! So I make it back to Vishuk with only 3 lives to spare and he gets right back to raping me. When, by complete accident, I hit down and I realise I can fucking block the lightning spell. Haha! Game on, you wretched fiend! And that's kind of how this game goes. There seems to be a workaround for most of the issues I had with it growing up. Maybe it's just my nostalgia talking, or maybe it's just because I'm the only kid I knew who had this game, so I formed a special bond with it. We all had that game growing up, that game we couldn't talk to our friends in the playground about. And as shitty as those games were, they somehow felt more personal to us, and Sword Master was mine. And I'm going to call bullshit on that Total Nintendo review. He probably only played it for 5 minutes. A 22 is just ridiculous, especially when they gave Bart and the fucking Space Mutants, a game from my childhood I truly loathe with every fibre of my being, an 81. Okay, this is it. One more hit. Yes! Back from whence you came, serpent scum!
And so the Sword Master's journey has come to an end. The evil that plagued Eldar vanquished. Vishuk the Serpent God slain. The Princess Aya rescued. But as one hero lays down his sword, another must pick one up. For evil never sleeps, and as long as the Cosmic Council of 88 can find hope, kindness, bravery and truth in mankind, we will always be there to guide them. If you find that you possess these qualities, then who knows? Maybe you could be the next Sword Master.
On those long lonely days when you don't seem to have a friend, and you wait too proud to ever make amends. Your life is filled with confusion. Could it be that you're tired of losing and you just can't stop trying to make it back to the past? You just can't stop trying to make the good times last. Your life is filled with pain. Well, everybody's life's the same. Will you ever reach the top? Will you ever stop trying to make it back to the past?
G'day, or good night should I say. Boner here on LA's Up All Night. More from Games in the Attic next week. Coming up next, we got the controversial documentary The Pixie Genocide. Walnuts, a tasty festive treat, or the dried brains of one of nature's most magical creatures. Find out after these messages, so don't go anywhere, dingoes.